In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Two teams sitting above 500 in the early season, but only one will stay that way as we're off in week 4. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Right off the rip, he's throwing deep. Caught at the 20-yard line. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Lamar off the play fake. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll motion him out of the backfield. It'll be Cox. Here's Ty Chandler. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Chandler again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. Coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And any time that results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Baltimore. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 18-yard line.
Baker out of the pistol. He lofts one deep, center of the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Baker now from the gun. He's trying to go deep again. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort, and the Ravens will go on offense. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. This is caught by Trey Palmer. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. This is hauled in by Chandler. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 46. Hits his running back. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 13-0 lead. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to the back. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stops. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Mayfield now, blitz coming. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from the 41. Plowing up the middle. This is ahead for about 5. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Play fake. It's Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
Coaching youth football, Kate, this is where the kids like to say, it's starting to get real. It's starting to get real for this offense. They've got to find some solutions. This deficit, it's getting bigger, and that sack isn't helping matters.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for Raiders first.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back's still doing it to this day.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down for a loss. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this.
Keep it rolling, boys. Keep it rolling. Make some good plays today. Get after them, offense. Let's build that momentum, offense. It's not like we can freeze the defense.
Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. Mayfield now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Third and long, Mayfield. Brought in right side. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Fielded at the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Jump off caught by his back. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 39. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And that leaves him with third and short.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with the receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make the pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Jackson trying again after the pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Walker Tucker going in motion left. Another try following the sack. He throws a bullet deep to their big game downfield. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now lead by 10. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Baker to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
The give here on 2nd. Nice cut back to the right sideline. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 36. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That's caught for the 1st. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders driving ahead. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. Looking right, and he finds him. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Throwing from the gun. The throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here's Baker. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders make it a 1-score game before halftime. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lamar now from the gun. All in left side. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11.
17. Justin Tucker is the kickoff for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Baker now. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again, following the sack. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Third and long for him here. He's trying another one deep. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Here comes A.J. Cole back to the field for a punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Starts the return at the 34. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be their football. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. First down, here's Lamar. Finds a man, right side. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Marshawn Lattimore up in the secondary for the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Jackson now on 3rd. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Raiders make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Complete out to the right side. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Baker now from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll run here on first down. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Play fake, it's Mayfield. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back-to-back carries here. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Another carry for him. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Carlson now to add 1 more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Caught by Flowers. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First and 10. Here's Jackson. This is hauled in by Chandler. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. gun, here's Jackson. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Offense up to the line fast. After the sack, another pass on second down. Buys time, rolling right. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Motion man sent left. Jackson now, third and long. Into the hands of Walker. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. His third through the air this game. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. We stop him right as he gets up past the 15. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
Running this one left. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. Space left sideline. And he's off to the races. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders shrinking the lead some in the third. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. From the gun, Jackson. Able to find Chandler here. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 39. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Goes to the hurry-up offense here. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Lamar back to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Raiders are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth cake down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the third interception, man, he is killing his team.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They give it to him again. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Now give left side. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Raiders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing.
31.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. You couldn't do it. I bet you, Kate, if we were down there right in his mind, as that ball sailed good through the uprights, his mind was already thinking about the next one. If this score holds and he gets another opportunity, well, the game could be on the line with that one.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pass complete to Walker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Here's Jackson to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Mark Andrews. So it's second down coming up. Throwing again is Lamar. He gets this one to Chandler. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Now Jackson on third down. He lofts it deep, right sideline. Well, they had the look. Chapman didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down.
Yeah, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. He finds it beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on fourth down, and they move those chains.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And that'll bring up second down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Lamar throwing again. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Shotgun handoff now to Chandler. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They'll stick with Chandler. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
He's back to throw. He brings it in. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Chandler again. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Dump off caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Ravens clinging to a 1-point lead. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So now, here's 3rd and goal. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Opportunity here for this defense if they can make this stop on 3rd and goal. He'll throw it. He's got it. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens grow their lead to 8. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! What's up?
Now a give running right. Cut back now to the sideline. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Hand off to the back. Gets up the edge to the 35. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
He'll look to throw it. Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
So now here's 3rd and 5. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Running for the marker on 2nd. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's it, 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Setting up to pass. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
give now to the running back. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Lone back gets the handoff. And it's not over yet, football fans. He scores, and now a 2-point conversion will force overtime. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Now a big 2-point try coming for these Raiders.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Defense had a chance to scheme it up, now lined up to defend this try. Back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And that one's picked off in the end zone, but no, incomplete, folks. He wasn't able to stay in bounds. So with hardly any game left, they have time for this kick and maybe a couple plays. And this is going to be recovered by the Ravens, and they're moments away now from celebrating a win.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
The Ravens in victory formation and content to just knee this one out.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both.
All of us.
Yeah,
Indeed, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.